Let's talk about Peru and planning your trip for April of 2027. I have an itinerary for us to go through together. So let me share my screen. And here we go. State Adventures, we create private trips. You can choose any dates. So for this spring getaway, I highly suggest going in April or May. Those are really wonderful months where everything is blooming. It's not raining anymore. People travel to Peru all year long, but if you go in January, February, March, you are more likely to have daily afternoon showers. If you don't mind those, it's fine. Everything is operating. But if you want to spend most of your time outdoors exploring the beautiful places that Peru offers, I highly suggest spring, summer, fall. Those are some wonderful times to enjoy this beautiful little country. So April 3rd, I chose this date, but you let me know if you want to switch it around. You will fly into the international airport, which is in Lima. We have our team pick you up, private car, wonderful local English speaking guide who will who will accompany you to your accommodations. We can choose so many wonderful hotels here. I handpicked the Suma for you. It has a great rooftop overlooking the ocean. It's in Miraflores, so you can walk out to the parks, to shoppings, to beautiful restaurants. It's really right in the middle of everything. And it's a great modern property where you can rest after your travels. It's Lima, so you're at sea level. So it's a great place to kind of unwind, begin your vacations before you get into the high altitudes of Cuzco, Sacred Valley, and Machu Picchu. So you're going to spend 2 nights in Lima. The first day is arrival. The second day is exploring the city itself. And so we will do two things here. I know you love museums, history, you love to learn about the places you're going to be visiting, and Lima really offers a lot. So we're going to split the day into two. In the mornings, we'll tackle the cathedrals, the main squares, the museums. We'll even have lunch inside the museum. And in the afternoon, we're going to do kind of a gourmet walking tour where you're kind of experiencing Lima like a local, and you're going to go to the ruins, but you'll have snacks there, and you're going to go see sunset at the piers, but you're going to have pisco sours there, and so on and so on. So it's the idea is to taste Lima, see Lima, get to view all the highlights, all in one beautiful day. It's all private, so you go at your own pace. You always have a car with you, so if you get tired or anything like that, you just hop in the car and go to your next spot. But if you want to walk as much or as little as you'd like, that is curated for you. And now we're off. We're leaving Lima and we're going to head out to Cusco. So it's a 1 hour flight. We take you to the airport, pick you up from the airport, and Cusco will be the highest place you will be on this trip. So we're not going to stay there. We're going to acclimate in the Sacred Valley, which is a countryside, just about an hour and a half outside of the city, and it makes a huge difference. We're going to spend 2 nights here, and the whole idea is to acclimate slowly, see some beautiful sights. Everything is privately guided for you. We're going to stay at the Inkaterra, which is a great lodge surrounded by mountains. The views are incredible. So from here, you're going to visit Inca sites like the Salineras, which are Inca salt mines, which are still worked on by the local people. Photography gem here. You're going to go to little villages like Chinchero, so you can see how local people live here. And then the next day, we're going to go to some local ruins like Ollantaytambo, but also off the beaten path places like Misminay. Just a balance of things. Now, here is something that we can discuss because Sacred Valley is a hub for outdoor activities and it's a hub for historical areas like Inca sites. So if you want to spend more time at ruins, we can do that. If you want to spend more time with the people of the Sacred Valley, we can do that. If you want to be outdoors and do something active, we can certainly do that, like horseback riding, biking, rafting. All of that is available in this area. If you want to have a relaxing spa day and then have stargazing at night, we can do that as well. There's so much to do in the Sacred Valley, but the idea is not to do it all, is to kind of let your body acclimate to the altitude. You're about 2,000 feet lower here than Cusco, so it really helps. And then, just enjoy the site before day 5, which is when we go to Machu Picchu. So Machu Picchu is just naturally on the way. Sacred Valley is the middle between Cusco and Machu Picchu. So it's about a 2 hour train ride, and then we'll pick you up and go right to the top of the mountain where Machu Picchu ruins are, where your hotel is, which is the Sanctuary Lodge. And you're going to have your first visit to the ruins. takes about 2 hours. The ruins are completely split into 6 circuits. So we take care of all the permits and behind the scene logistics. So we're going to take care of the permits, the shuttles, the trains, everything like that. But when you get to the first day of Machu Picchu, we like to do the scenic high route so that you can have the best photography, a really great overlook of all the ruins without climbing up and down, up and down. We do the high circuit. And then we have lunch, we check into your hotel, which is the Sanctuary Lodge. So this is something to discuss as well. The village of Machu Picchu is at the bottom of the mountain where the train station is. On top of the mountain is this hotel, Sanctuary Lodge, and the ruins. That's it. That's the only thing that's on top of the mountain. So staying here, you have the advantage that you're not taking a shuttle back and forth to town twice during your visit. You're just going to take it once when you're coming up from the train. It's very convenient, especially in a peak season like spring, around Easter. There will be a lot of people already visiting, sometimes 5,000 people a day. So the queues for the shuttle to get to town are quite long. So people who are staying in the Sanctuary Lodge, what a difference. You don't have to stand in any lines. You can just go right to your room. And if you want to, you can come back to the ruins. So it's very convenient location. It is the most expensive hotel in Peru. So if budget wise, we need to stay into town to save some hundreds of dollars, let me know and I will show you what that looks like. Because in the village itself, there are some beautiful properties. So we can save hundreds of dollars by staying in the village, maybe put it towards some excursion that you want to do somewhere else. But I just want to show you what that looks like by staying at the Sanctuary Lodge. The next morning, you wake up and at sunrise, your guide comes back and you literally walk from your room to the ruins for your second circuit. So this is an aerial view of Machu Picchu. You would do another circuit, another area of the ruins. And if you feel like it, we can discuss this before you travel, of course, because permits are needed. We can do a short hike to Uchuy Picchu, which is the shortest mountain, for some really beautiful views. I've done all of these hikes and I can talk to you about in detail what they are like. But if not a big deal because there are other circuits that we would do. Then we would have lunch again. And then we would return to the village and board a probably 5 or 6 p.m. train to Cusco with dinner on board. It's white glove service. It's about 2.5 hours. It's a really beautiful ride. You have a beautiful meal on board, and then we pick you up and take you to your hotel in Cusco. So in Cusco, we chose a beautiful boutique property, which we have a lot of them in Cusco, all sorts of levels. Inkaterra La Casona is gorgeous. It's an old mansion that's been redone into a small boutique hotel. Really nice location across the street from the archaeological museum. So just on a main street here. And then we're going to spend 3 nights in Cusco. The first day is arrival. The second day is exploring Cusco itself, the Sacsahuaman fortress, the Korikancha temple, going to the market, just being with a local Cusco guide. And then on the last day, on the third day that I included here for you, we have a day free and we can discuss what to do that day, but I highly suggest you sleep in, get a coffee on the balcony of one of the main square restaurants, people watch, just take it all in. And then at night, we're actually going to go into, we're going to join a local gourmet guide who's going to take you on a Pisco sour workshop around town, which is a lot of fun. You're going to learn how to make this traditional drink, but also kind of get to see the behind the scenes of Cusco like a local. And end the day with dinner at that archaeological museum. So at 6 o'clock, when the museum shuts down, inside it is like a glass restaurant, maybe 7 tables total, and you have a spectacular meal inside the museum, which you can go to see the artifacts as well. The museum is open to the people who are dining. It's a really wonderful experience. It was one of my favorite meals when I was in Peru on my last visit last summer. And then on day 9, we take you to the airport and you fly home and fly to Lima and take your international flight home. So that is what 9 days would look like in Peru. Of course, we can add the Amazon jungle, we can add Coca Canyon, we can add Lake Titicaca, we can add Nazca lines and the Paracas Desert. Peru is massive. It's a small country, but it's massive in the amount of places that it has to add. This is the triangle like of highlights, but I'm here to answer any questions you might have about expanding the trip or making it a little bit different and making it truly yours. So let me know your thoughts. I'm here to help. Thanks so much for listening and happy travels.